Good morning, everybody. This is going to be kind of part 2 of the last video. I had to order a new bucket pen because the other one snapped. Hopefully this is the right size. And then what we're going to go do is run over to the pond area where we set up that trail cam. We're going to get the SD card out of the trail cam and see if there's any deer. All right. So that does fit, but I forgot to get the grease. All right, we don't need much grease, just a little bit so it's not going in there dry. But that should be plenty. All right, so the pen is in. I am not too happy with how that is because the only thing holding the pen from sliding out is literally just that one little tiny corner weld, as you guys can see. But it's gonna have to do, I guess, for now. So we'll just see if it holds up. If not, I don't know, we'll have to figure out something else. But what I'm gonna do, take off this bolt, put it on the other side. All right, so we got the pin in and the bolt in, so that's all good to go. So now what we're gonna go and do is check out the deer spot and see if it held any water. It did rain basically last night, I think, or the night before. And then also this weekend, so today's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, my guy who's been working here, he's gonna be working hopefully every day, he said, and we're gonna get the rest of these trees knocked out, burned, hopefully, and hopefully root raked. So hopefully this weekend will be the end of all of that stuff. And if so, then the next thing on the list is going to be to dig the pond out, which he said they may start that this weekend too, just depends on how much they can get done. So yeah, the next few videos should start getting exciting. As soon as the pond is dug, then me and Dylan are gonna come in here and start building the dock. That way we do it before all the water and everything comes in. But yeah, anyway, let's walk up to the pond site, grab this trail cam, and see how much water everything's holding. So there's a big deer track right there, and I saw another one but I didn't record it. So that's the tree right there where the trail cam is. So I think if that's a new one, then I'm pretty sure that we're gonna catch him on the camera. I don't see any more closer up this way, but yeah, let's go ahead and check this out. Well, it only took one picture, so that's not very promising, but let's see what it is. And I just remembered that I set this thing for stopping at 10:30 and it's 10:20, and now it's got 2 pictures, so I'm pretty sure that we are the only pictures that that thing is taking. So I don't even know if I'm going to bring it back yet. If you guys see a deer picture right now, then we got a deer. If not, then we didn't. All right, so I moved the trail cam here. There's gonna be 7 clips on it. So if there's more than that, then it's definitely an animal, and wow, the mosquitoes are bad, but it's facing right towards the hole over here, and there's a couple deer track. I don't know if they're new or old. So anyway, we'll give it the weekend and we'll check back and see if there's anything new. But this little pond, I'm calling it a pond, it's literally just a hole, but it is holding water. Everything else around it is dried up, and this still has water, and it looks pretty much full. I mean, it might have went down an inch or so, maybe 2 inches, but and I also don't know how deep that is, but I'm assuming it's probably 5 foot to 8 foot deep. But anyway, all right, well, we're gonna go run over here, hop on the excavator, and start clearing the picnic area. All right, so I just finished talking with my guy that's working up here, and we got everything figured out. He said, yeah, everything should be basically all cleared by Sunday. He might have a little bit more to finish over the week, but he said 90% of it should definitely be done. And then next week they're going to be starting on the pond, so that's awesome. But yeah, so what we're going to do, so he has a mulcher, and he's gonna end up coming in and mulching the picnic area. But what I'm gonna do is take out the bigger trees, and he said just pile them start clearing some more. He has a bigger machine, and so it'll just be quicker, and then I don't have to track it all the way to the pile. Hopefully I can just take this whole bunch of them at once. Let's see. About the Mini is you can get through these little tiny paths and openings, and you don't have to make your trails super wide just to fit. If he used his excavator, then he would have to make the path way wider. Heavy for my excavator. But no, this thing's doing great. I mean, honestly, like I said in previous videos. Oh, also, actually, before I talk about that, guys, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Most of my viewers are not subscribed, and it would help a lot. I'm trying to grow this channel, and that's like the one main thing that obviously helps. But yeah, if you guys could comment, even if it's just something silly, if you guys comment, like, and subscribe, it really will help out the channel, and you know, where I get placed on the YouTube algorithm, and then we'll start getting more views. We can do cooler stuff, and yeah, it'll just be awesome. So appreciate that. But yeah, what was I talking about before that? That was the question. Oh, I've said it before. I wanted to get the KX40 Kubota excavator, but the reason that I got this was obviously it was cheaper, and truthfully, this whole property has, I mean, there are some big trees, but I would say 90% of the trees are small, you know, 3 to 4 inch trees max, and so it just didn't really make sense to spend the extra money on the KX40. Now, there's definitely a little bit more play in this bucket now with this pin. if I want to keep going more to the left, which there's a really big tree, so I can't, I mean, it would take forever to take that down. I do think I'm going to go a little bit more straight ahead just to kind of open it up a little bit. So our plan with the picnic area, obviously it'll be a picnic area, maybe have a grill or something, but the other thing with it is we're gonna have live music, and so we were thinking about whoever's singing, they'll be able to plug in or have their band or whatever set up underneath the roof or the covered pergola picnic area, and then basically where the Kubota's facing, that's going to be where people are going to sit and watch and listen. So I think what I'm going to do, the original plan was we're going to get a mulching head and mulch all these little tiny things, but I think while I'm here I'm going to stay probably another 30 minutes or so. I think what I'm going to do is just try and just take them out with the excavator, and then we don't have any roots or stumps. But yeah, where was I whenever I was explaining that? We're gonna have the gazebo or whatever here, and then if people are singing or have a band, they can sit out in this area, and then the septic field is behind there, but it's just gonna be a nice grass field. So we'll have some, we'll leave like the big trees, like boom, boom, we'll leave those, but then basically they'll just be sporadic trees, but people can sit, they can put their lawn chairs, they can sit on the field. All right, well, this brings back memories. Bunch of hydraulic fluid, except it's not leaking from there. I think it's just leaking from that fitting there. So just gonna tighten it up, and hopefully that fixes our problem. Oh yeah, it's just loose. So here's my pile so far. Pretty big pile, not too bad. And I'm about to show you the picnic area, but also wanted to show you guys. So he came and brought a John Deere 333G, and that's gonna help finish the clearing. And he brought a, I've never heard of this brand before. It's called a Devilon 300G. It's a big excavator, never heard of that brand. And then he still has the bulldozer and the big dump truck. So hopefully by the end of this weekend I'll have a great update for you guys. But let me show you what I did. So I'd say we're 80% finished. So this is going to be where the pergola or whatever is 24 by 20 roughly, might be a little bit bigger. And then I started clearing, so you guys can now see the field in the background. So I started clearing all this, and like I said, I don't want to clear all of it. I'm just trying to get, you know, all the little scraggly trees and stuff out, and so people can, you know, set little chairs and, you know, watch the music or just hang out, play games, whatever it is. So this is kind of my goal. Like, we got a big pine tree there, big pine tree there, and like they're all spread out, you know, within 10 feet or so. so you know, you have room to walk and everything like that. But I didn't completely finish. Got to get that tree to the pile, and I got maybe 2 more right there, a couple more over there, small ones, maybe this one, and then over here a couple more. But here's my kind of pathway in between row 2 and row 3. So anyway, here's my pathway. Over to the left is the picnic area. Here's the little clearing. But what I kind of want to do, and I still got to think about it, but I think I'm going to do the same thing on this side of the trail too. So, you know, start taking off all these little tiny trees, but leaving the big ones like that, and you know, some of these other big ones. And then that way, if we have a ton of people, you know, say we've got 50 people, you know, they're not all crowded in this one little section, and they can kind of put their stuff further out back here. So I think everything's kind of coming together, coming as planned. It's a lot of work, lots of figuring out, and I don't want to take down too many trees, because the trees, once you take them down, you can't put them back. I mean, you can, I guess you can replant trees, but it would take forever. So I'm trying to do it right the first time, and really think things out before I start removing stuff. But anyways, guys, please throw down in the comments below, let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button or the thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and I do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.